Let's talk about the copy and paste strategy for 10K to 30K months going into 2026 in your coaching business. So the good news is there's a new era upon us. If you're a coach or wanting to scale to those 10 to 30K months, and it's a very strategic number. I'll tell you the why in a minute, but 10 to 30K. There's a few reasons for it, but I want to get into the problems here first that a lot of coaches I see are having is this. The first problem is they're using the wrong strategy that worked extremely good until 2023. Okay. And what was that? First of all, you run a basic ad. How to lose weight, how to have a better mindset, all that kind of stuff. And that worked great. You sometimes even have to run an ad, but you just run these ads per se, and then you take them to a page that asks for their name and email in exchange for a video sales letter, some sort of ebook thing that you had created, a template, and you drive them to a page. And on that page would be a option to book a call on a calendar, to be like, your calendar right there underneath, book the call, so on and so forth, and maybe some case studies or some reasons why they should work with you because of all your past experience, which is all probably very legit. Then the people would book a call and they would show up and they'd buy your coaching. Here's the problem. That quit working, period. Okay. It can still work. You can still limp it along, just like you can probably, mow your lawn with your scissors, right? You can still do those things, or you can still cold call people out of the phone book type thing. If you're in a business or your stockbrokers and stuff, still do it. But it's very ineffective and it's very hard and it's getting worse. Okay. And so I want to explain to you the better way of why you should do this way and why that way is not working. But there's a very big problem here, and I want to talk to you about it before we get into it. First of all, you need to realize that 30K is the new 10K online. You see, here's why. Your goal should not be, if you're not at 10K a month, your goal should not be 10K. It should be 30K. And I want to give you some strategic reasons why. Number one, the cost of everything in business, quite frankly, it's going up. Like ads are going to go up. There's only one way, because that's how the platforms make more money. So they charge more money for ads, right? Number two, personal costs are going up. If you think back to the year 2020 until now, how much has your coffee, your smoothie, your whatever, lettuce, the steak you buy, whatever it is, it's gone up. Cars have gone up. Everything's gone up in price. And the other thing is taxes and lifestyle costs have gone up. It costs more to go on a trip. It costs more to buy a house. It costs more for everything. The interest rates on houses have gone up, all that kind of stuff, right? And so the problem is if you're sitting here, I just got to make $10,000. You even think about that. $10,000 after a couple thousand in ad spend, another $1,000 in business expenses and stuff. You're left with $7,000. You pay some tax on that. You're left with $3,000-$4,000. That's not enough. Why even bother? You might as well just go work at Starbucks. At least they have benefits, right? So that should not be your goal at all. 10K is a mile marker, not a goal. It's a terrible goal. When I started out online in 2003, way back when I was, 25, I'm 47 now, that worked really well. 10,000 a month was, who would ever need any more? In fact, I didn't even know if it was possible that you could make more than that, right? And so that was the goal back then. But again, that's not what you need to do. You need to make your goal 30K, and I'm going to explain to you how to do this and why the plan I'm laid out for you is not full time. It should not take you very long to do this. All right, let's get into it, because here's the problem. You're going to have 3 problems coming into 2026, and I'm going to go into the 3 steps to fix it. So problem number 1 that you're going to have in 2026 is AI content is wrecking trust. Bottom line is this. The content that's been created by ChatGPT and content creators and stuff like that, it's just very garbage. It's very corporate, very robotic. And I'm on it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it on social media. I'm seeing these AI generated reels on Instagram and Facebook. You're seeing them too, videos and stuff. It's just like, it's really bad. And so what's happening is all the content that's being created, your ideal client is also seeing all this stuff too. And so they're getting a really bad kind of taste in their mouth that they think everything's bad. You know what I mean? And so, like, for example, I give an example. I live in Vegas, right? We're from Canada, north of Montana in Calgary, Banff area, and we moved here to Vegas in the year 2020. Well, in Vegas, everybody's like, "Whoa, wow, why would you live there? You live like on the Strip." Everybody has this weird view of it because when you go to Vegas, you see the Strip, you see the hotels, and you just assume everything's like that. We live there's a very nice area of Vegas that a lot of people live in. It's super nice, but it's the same kind of thing. Once everybody starts going through content and they see something that's like weird, they just assume all of it is. And so your credibility is getting pulled down by all the garbage content that's being created online. Okay. The second problem is organic reach is dropping. And the reason why it's dropping is because of all this content. So the percentage of people who see your stuff is dropping compared to the amount of followers. And the third problem is, and we're going to fix with the three-step strategy here, is people take longer to buy. Remember, the old funnel strategy that we just talked about was click an ad, give me name and an email, watch or look at my thing, book a call and buy. And it was all done within 3-4 days. Monday, they see it. Tuesday, Tuesday, they're on your calendar and they buy. It's done. That is changing. So here's what we need to do. There are 3 things that we need to do to take you to $30,000 months, the 3 steps. Before we get to that, hit the button somewhere on here and click subscribe, and you'll get all my updates. Like I said, I've been doing this now since 2003, spent millions on ads, and I know what works, and we help a lot of clients, and we're always putting new content up to show you what's happening within the industry and what you need to do. So hit the subscribe button so you'll get my updates. So here's the 3 steps to $30,000 a month, and they all build on each other. So it's important that you stick around. Number 1, you have to focus on going after a level 3 buyer. Okay, so here's what this is. What a level 3 buyer is, I use 3 levels. Okay, the first one is pain, the second one is income, and the third one is what are they stuck doing? Here's some mistake coaches are making right now, especially when they're using ads, which you should be, obviously, because organic reach is getting killed by all the garbage content. We've already talked about that. But the first problem that coaches are making is they're using pain-based ads, okay? And they're targeting, let's say weight loss, simple, everybody knows about it. It's like, hey, are you struggling to lose 30 pounds? And they're writing an ad about that. Are you struggling to lose 30 pounds? Are you trying to lose weight? You can't lose weight. And they're, you know what? You run an ad like that, you're going to get a lot of interest because people are like, oh yeah, I'm totally 30 pounds. I'd love to lose 30 pounds, right? And they're going to come through your thing and nobody's going to buy a thing. Okay. You have to go to the third level. It's level 1 is what is the pain. Level 2 is qualifying by income all the way at the ad level, making $100,000 a year, making $200,000 a year, business professionals, entrepreneurs with a 6-figure business, whatever. It's got to be some sort of income targeting. You got to do it there. You used to be able to do it in the ads manager under income targeting. Some cases that can work, but the best way is on the ad and in the messaging. And then the third thing is, what are they doing that's stuck? Here's why the third part is the most important. Okay. You need committed people versus interested people. You cannot turn somebody who's like, I'm interested in losing 30 pounds. Those type of people are not going to book or they're not going to buy. They're going to show up to your calls because they're bored. And what else am I going to do? It's a free call. Sounds good. I'll talk to the coach. Maybe they'll give me a free tip, right? And so we're not going to help you. So you need to get committed people. And then here's what happens when you get people who are in pain, people who have income, and people who are stuck, meaning stuck. They're trying, they can't fix this. Whatever they're doing is not working. And they're usually spending money on the very thing that you need to help them on. When you hook all that together, you bring them in, Facebook goes and finds more of the people who look like those people, and you get even better people. So remember, committed people who have income and are in pain. Level 3 buyers. That's number 1. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to use the mini celebrity status ad strategy times 2. Okay. Here's what we need to do. We need to run cold ads to level 3 buyers, and we still use there's very targeting strategies and all that kind of stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. And then we use second level ads to build status and fill in the holes. Now, here's the thing you've got to understand. You have to remember, of the people who buy, so let's say you're going to get 5 sales at 5K or 6 sales at 5K in a month, hypothetically. I don't know what you're going to do, but let's just say of those 6 sales at 5K, 5 of them are going to come after the initial stuff, and 1 of them is going to come right away. Somebody's going to be like, "Oh my gosh, this is so amazing! I really need this." Boom, they're going to book a call and ready to buy. The other people are going to take time. Okay, and so what you need to realize is that most coaches do not have the system set up for. It's called the middle of funnel, and this is what 2026 is all about: the middle of funnel. And here's what a lot of coaches will do. They'll get their name and email. They'll take them to, like we said, a video and all that kind of stuff. They won't buy. Okay. So then what do? Then they pound them with automated text messages if they're using Go High Level or something like that. And the people are like, what is this? I'm not booking a call. Or the second thing they do, they hit them with email. And they're doing the emails wrong, and then the emails diminish, and they don't know what to do. So what we need to do is we need to hook in what we call mini celebrity status ads. These ads are super cheap, okay? Let's say you're spending $15 on your top of the line budget of cold traffic. The mini celebrity status ads are going to be like $3. In fact, I have some running right now for $5 a day, and they're going to like everybody every day, and they're insanely effective. And so what's happening is we run these mini celebrity status ads to everybody who's given you an email address, who's gone through your stuff, and it hooks in, and it puts a little like bubble around them. And so it builds your status so that you get seen as the only option, the best option, and people want to work with you and buy from you. Now, the third thing we need to do is this. We need to create a buyer ecosystem, okay? And here's the problem, okay? The problem, like I said, is the way the funnels were done before is they're very inefficient. They're just constantly losing people at every step. And so we need to use those mini celebrity status ads to fill the strainer in like a spaghetti strainer, fill it in so that everybody is getting hit by your ads, everybody's seeing you, your status is increasing, and they want to work with you. Now, the third thing with the buyer ecosystem, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull them in using a high value automated webinar that starts every 15 minutes and gets a 70% show up rate ideally, so that it can do three things. The first thing it's going to do is going to uninstall the non-buyer belief systems that your ideal clients have, because they're coming in hearing all kinds of crazy stuff, reading all kinds of dumb stuff on sites and posts and all that. And we have to uninstall those unbuyer belief systems, because if we don't, they're not going to buy. The second thing we do is we install the buying belief systems that they need to believe to want to work with you. And then the third thing we do is we show why you are different versus better. Better is a game you can't win. There's always going to be somebody with another testimonial, some better degree from a better school, a better this. You can't win the better game, okay? You will always lose. There's always somebody better, right? But you can be different, okay? And when you're different enough, you're seen as the only option. And so we do that, we get them in, they book a call. Now, then the second level is we automate we use an automated propaganda content machine, so that what it does is two things. It shifts their belief system after the webinar, and again, it shows why you're different. We hook this in with the ad strategy, and we basically surround them with all this amazing mindset shifting belief content to get you seen as the only option. Here's the best part. Most of it's automated. You're not going to have to create a lot of content. The system does it for you, and it just works for you, so that after the people come in, we have this content ecosystem, this bubble around them that's basically showing them why you're the best option, why they should work with you, why you're the only option. We're shifting their belief systems. The mistake coaches are making right now is they're just creating constant content that's informational, educational, and people are not going for it. Okay. So those are the three things that we need to do. And that's the fastest way so that we can get you to that 10, 20,000, ideally 30,000 a month. Because if you do this, if you're seen as the only option, the best option, you're different, and people have consumed all your stuff, and we've shifted their belief system, they're going to pay you $5,000, $10,000 to work with you no matter what. I have a client, super amazing guy. His name's Jeremy. He helps people learn how to play the trumpet. He charges $5,400. Okay. So again, there are prices people, and he's got this system in place, and it's working, and it should work with you. So what do we want to do? You need to remember, going into 2026, this is the system that's easy. It's automated. Okay. It's not going to take more than a handful of hours a week of your time to run. It gets you buyers who want to buy from you, and it's going to scale. If you think about it going into 2026, it's building trust. It's building momentum. It's getting you people who want to work with you, people who see you as the only option, ready to buy, see you with celebrity status, allowing you to increase your prices. And this way, you're not competing with all the other coaches. You're just playing a game of how do I get better at this? And then in turn, I'm just going to make a lot more money. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to click the link below and set up what we call a free mini celebrity status ads ecosystem call with us. It's totally free. And best of all, there's nothing to buy. It's a 15-minute call. And we're going to take everything that we talked about in this video and help personalize it for you. It's for our Skool community members. If you're not in our Skool community, there's a link below to join. But what it's for is to take this so that you're not having to be stuck behind your computer or your phone and just be like, how do I figure all this out? What do I do? What do I say? I don't know what to do. I don't know the first thing about this. We're going to show you. We're going to map it out for you. We're going to give you feedback on what we think will work best. We're going to help unpack why things maybe haven't worked, give you ad ideas, give you strategy ideas, pricing, because we've done these calls with hundreds of coaches, so we know what's working, we know the pricing, we know the strategies, we know everything that you need to know to start hitting those $30,000 months and what it needs to look like. So click that link below, book your free call. It's about 15 minutes long. There's nothing to buy. If you want to talk about coaching with me or whatever, we can set a second call to do that. Okay. This is all about you and helping you understand this and knowing what to do and giving you the tools necessary to succeed. Plus, we're going to give you 2 free bonus trainings that are normally only available for our coaching clients to help solidify this even more. Because 2026 is coming, unless you're watching this in 2026, and everything I'm telling you right now is going to play out. And the reason I know this is because I've been on this journey since 2003. So I've seen every single change and every single evolution, and it's pretty obvious what's happening. Trust is at an all-time low. AI content is taking over. The ads platform, now your messaging is your targeting. And so the better the messaging, the better the targeting. We need people who are committed versus interested. We need an ecosystem that makes you seen as different versus better, because you cannot win the better game. There's always somebody better looking who's like me, not has hair and all that doesn't, there's always going to be somebody better. Okay. But your job is, if we can differentiate yourself enough, you're going to be the only option. And I always tell everybody the example of Vegas. What is the most different hotel on the strip? It's the Wynn. Okay. And the Wynn is always packed. It's always full. They charge premium prices. And then you got all these other hotels right now who are trying to be better and they're losing out. You take the Fontainebleau, which recently opened, and then you take the Resorts World International. The two of them combined were billions of dollars. Both of them are just ghost towns, yet the Wynn is full. Okay, because the Wynn is different. All right. And so that's what we need to make you different, celebrity status, elite, and then you can charge premium prices because you are worth it. And the more you charge, the less clients you need to hit those $30,000 months, the less ad spend you need, the more profits you make, and therefore the better life you live. And then you can actually get what you want out of this business: freedom, lifestyle, and impact. All right. Click the link below, book that call. We're going to map everything out for you and help pull it out of your head, give you some really good feedback. And again, it's 15 minutes and there's nothing for sale. So click the link below, book in your call so we can help give you the feedback on what you need, show you exactly what's working and how to do it. Take care.